Now the next modal verb is can, and can is used in two ways. One, to denote capacity or ability, and two, permission, and permission in informal manner. So in the last video we have studied that for giving or taking permission we use may. But I think that you forgot that may is used for formal permission. So remember, may is used for formal permission, taking permission from school teacher, from professor in college, from bosses in the office, or from stranger whom you don't know. You use may. But here can is used for informal permission. So informal permission, from whom do we take informal permission? We take informal permission from our friends, and we don't show respect when we talk to our friends. We don't need to show respect to ask for something for friends or to take permission from friends. Do you ever take formal permission from your friends? No, we do not do that. So in this case, we will see one by one the examples. The first example says, I can speak English. So what does the word can shows? Can shows that I have the capacity to speak English. It shows capacity. Again, in the next sentence, you see, can you solve this question? Again, it asks about the person's capacity or capability. That are you capable of solving this question? So when I want to ask for or know the capacity of the person or capability of the person, I use can. Then the next sentence, I cannot understand your language. So here can has changed to cannot. So can has changed to cannot. So do you think that it changed? No, it has not changed. Only not has been added with can, which became cannot. So not is added to can and it became cannot. It only became a negative sentence. By adding not, we changed the sentence to a negative sentence. It only shows the incapacity of the person. So what it is showing? It is showing the incapability of the person. I cannot understand your language. The person is incapable of understanding the language. So it becomes a negative sentence. So when not is used, it becomes a negative sentence. In the fourth sentence, again you can see, I cannot cook. Again it shows the incapability of the lady. She is unable to cook. Then question number 5. Now in question number 5, you see the statement is you can go. So when I say you can go, this sentence is talking about permission, but in an informal way. Can I go? Or may I go? You can go. So it's permission given. So when permission is given, it should be when can is used, it should be in an informal way. So see, it's an informal way. You can go. So what will be the question? Can I go? Or it can be may I go? But the answer whether the question is may I go or can I go, the answer will always be with can. It will not be with may, that you may go. No, you can go. Always you can go. So it is an informal way. The sentence is giving person, and then the next sentence, they can live in my house. Again the sentence is giving permission that they can live in my. Can they live in your house? Yes, they can live in my house. So it is again a permission. That is, you are allowing them to live in their house. Now here again I'll give you a small note, and the note is, when you grant permission, whether it is formal or informal. So in formal it is may, or informal it is can. So when you grant permission, if it is formal it's may, if it is informal you add can. And if I say that you are not to give permission or reject permission, so here you are giving permission, but say I tell you that you are not going to give permission, you have to reject a permission, then what should you do? What should you add? For rejection of permission, always use can. If you want to reject, you have to use, for rejection purpose, you always use can. Never give or never use may. Only can be used for rejecting a permission, whether it is used in a formal or an informal way. If rejection is there, then if you are rejecting, if the statement is rejection, then it should always be we should always use can with it. So see the last sentence, you cannot see me. You cannot see me. What is happening? I am not giving you permission to see me. I am not giving you permission to see me. So understand the sentence. What will be the question to this statement? What will be the question? The question will be, may I see you? Or if I say may I see you, it is formal because I am using may. Or I can say can I see you? Again it is informal. In both cases the answer should be can. You should always use can, that you cannot see me. Now I think children, you will be able to solve any problem with the use of can. In this video children, we will be discussing the use of could. And could is the past tense of can. Could can be used in the could is used in the three following cases, that is in case of polite request, ability in the past, or in the case of narration. Now in this board you can see that there are three groups of examples. The first group is of polite request, the second group is of past ability, and the third group is of narration. Now as you can see in the heading part it is written could is the past tense of can. So remember that could is the past tense of can. Now we will take up the first cause, and that is polite request. And here sometimes students you get confused that could is the past tense of can, then how can could be used in present tense, because could is a past tense? Now the answer to your question is yes. It is the past tense of can, but when you make a polite request, we use could. It can be used in present also. Now we see the example. if we see the first example, and the example, read the first example, it says that, could you please open the window? The speaker is politely asking if the window can be opened. So there is a politeness in the sentence, and that's why could is used. Number 2, could you turn the music down? You see in this sentence, it is also a polite request. The speaker is talking in a polite manner. He is not scolding. He is not asking about the ability to turn the music. But what he is doing, he is asking very politely that whether the music can be put down or turned down. Now, if you see the same sentence and if I change the word could with can, then what happens? Then the sentence will be, can you turn down the question? Now I change could with can. So as soon as I change the word could with can, the politeness of the sentence that is there with the word could changes to ability of the person to turn the music down. When I use the word can, it becomes the ability of the person. There is no polite request in it. So if I need to ask politely, I need to say could or use the word could. Number 3, sentence number 3, could you fetch me a book? Again, it is asking politely. 4th one, could I give you a lift? You are traveling, maybe somebody else is traveling in the same way, and the same person asks you that, could I give you a lift? It is also a polite request. So this is the case of polite request. Now let's come to the next case, and the next case is past ability. Now what is this situation? In this situation, we are talking in present but talking about the past. That means today we are talking of the past. We are talking now at present, but we are talking what happened some time back. In other words, we can say we try to express ourselves or express about thing of past in present. Now let's come down to the examples. When I was younger, I could run a mile. So in this sentence, see, we are talking something about I am talking about something of my past. When I was younger. Now I am not young. When I was younger, that time I could run a mile. That means I am talking of my past in present. So I am showing my ability, past ability of running a mile when I was younger. So here could is used to show the past ability. And the second sentence is, yesterday I could not find my wallet. Again in this sentence, it is showing past, yesterday. Yesterday it was my inability to find my wallet. I did not find my purse. So it is my yesterday's inability that I am trying to show at present. So here again we used could. Last sentence. Last year he could not speak English well. So again I am talking of the past, last year. Last year he could not speak English well, but this year yes, he can speak English. So I am not talking of this year's, I am talking of last year's. Last year's his inability was that he could not speak English, and that was past ability. Now the last is narration. Now in narration, can is used in reported speech and it has to be converted into could or in could. He said that he could sing a song. The sentence is a narration. And he can sing a song should be transformed to he could sing a song. Last year he said that he could sing a song. Same with the next sentence. Rajiv said that he could play a guitar. So again, the word could is used in narration. So I think you have understood the use of could. Now children, we will start the use of should, and should is used to show advice. When we give advice to somebody, we use should. You should see the first example of the sentence. You should go home now. So when I tell you you should go home now, what I am saying, I am giving an advice. And what is my advice? That it is time to go home. So my idea over here is clear, that now it is time to go home, please go. So when I am giving a clear-cut advice, I should use should, the word should. Now let's do one thing. Let's remove the word should from the sentence. So what stands here? You go home now. Now when I remove the word should, the sentence is you go home now. So here I am not giving a clear idea that what I want. It's not showing my mood clearly. But the moment I add the word should, it makes my idea clear that it's time to go home. You should go home now. Let's see the next example. You should not talk while eating. This is a piece of advice. I'm giving you a piece of advice that you should not talk while eating. Number 3. You should tell him what you think. So what I am saying to somebody, that okay, whatever you feel, whatever you have in your heart, utter it out, say it. Whatever is in your mind, just speak out. So it's an advice. The last, should I leave now? So should I leave now? Read the sentence very carefully and try to analyze. Should I leave now? Now, this is not advice. This is not giving advice, but you are taking an advice. You are asking somebody, should I leave now? So, should I leave now is not a sentence. It's actually a question. It's actually a question. So here you are not giving advice, but you are taking. And there's a change in the type of sentence. It is an interrogative sentence. Only remember, should is used for advice. So only thing, remember, whether you are giving advice or taking advice, you should always add should, 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 as the modal verb.